Hello, good afternoon from Lisbon. My name is Stefan Moraes and I'm here to welcome you to the Indico plus Google for Startups pre-seed program and acceleration demo day. We have 7 companies that have worked really hard to be here, that have practiced their pitches, and we have about 500 people registered for this event, including almost 200 investors from all over the world. So we're super excited to have you. Thank you all for listening to us and to seeing, and we're all eagerly waiting for the pitches. But I'm going to do a little introduction, and we're going to have also a couple of really interesting panels during the afternoon. So, who is Indico? For those that don't know, we're an early stage VC fund based out of Lisbon. We have a couple of funds currently that we're managing with investors from all over the world. Our first fund, launched in 2019, brought together 54 million. Out of those, we have already invested 23 million into 10 different companies, and those companies subsequently have raised 460 million. So the fund is doing extremely well, and we're very happy with the performance of our portfolio. Subsequently, in partnership with Google, we decided to launch the acceleration program and pre-seed investment program. And so we launched another fund, 12 million. That fund got launched in September, got oversubscribed in about 3.5 months, which clearly surprised us. And we've done 7 investments, and that's why we're here. We're here to celebrate those 7 companies, to see how much they have evolved over the last few months. The team at Indico is an exclusive team of dedicated professionals, and I really want to thank them all for their hard work, particularly my partners and also João, the program manager, that have really put this together for the event that you are watching. So what was the acceleration program all about? Essentially, we have the teams in our office for 1 year, started in July. First 6 months, it's an acceleration program, and 6 months starting now, it's an incubation program. We really like to be close to the companies because we work with them very closely in defining strategy, defining fundraising, acquiring talent, defining product roadmap, and pricing, client introductions, and so on and so on. So we like to select a reasonably small number of companies so that we can work with them very closely, and obviously we invest in those companies, and hopefully we'll keep on investing in those companies. There's a dedicated team, of course. Rui, our principal, and João, the program manager, have been together with the companies all the time, but the partners have been very close, and it's been a lot of fun. I can tell you that we work together in a really fun environment, despite the fact that obviously we're now mostly, if not totally, digital. But it's been an amazing 6 months, and this is sort of like the graduation party for those startups. Google has been an amazing partner as well. Needless to say that it's a huge global tech company that brings enormous resources and knowledge. It also brought many amazing speakers and a lot of insights, not only into the companies, but also into the environment and the general trends of the internet and of the world. So we're super thankful for this partnership. And it's been really very productive for the companies as well in terms of their workshops and trainings. So how do we select these companies? Essentially, I can tell you that we had about 140 companies applying for this program, and we selected 7. And essentially, we look for companies that are trying to solve a problem in a different way, in a way that is 10 times better than anything else that is done out there in the whole wide world. Of course, these are small companies that are just starting. They need to address a huge market. We want these companies to grow big and grow global very quickly, internationally, and reach big numbers. And of course, more important than anything, it's the team, right? We look for smart, hardworking people that sort of can dedicate themselves, and in particular that can work in partnership with us, because as I've said, we are very close to our founders. Ourselves have experience as founders, and therefore we need to work with nice people that are happy and that are wanting to achieve big things. So these are the companies. I'm not going to tell you exactly who they are because they'll be presenting themselves, but we have 7 amazing companies that have really evolved enormously over the last 6 months. They'll tell you all about it. We're going to have the pitches together with some VCs, friend VCs of ours that have volunteered on our behalf to be leading with questions after the pitches. So there'll be 10 minutes of pitch per company, plus 5 minutes where the investors will ask some questions. In addition to that, as you probably have seen in the agenda, we'll have 2 panels with investors. some top investors from all over Europe and the US inclusive. And so I think it will be a lot of fun. Now, one thing that I wanted to highlight is that not only these companies have evolved enormously in terms of strategy, in terms of product, and in terms of many other aspects, but they have also raised capital. So in addition to our own 100K, basically almost all of them have now raised subsequent rounds of capital, and others are in the process, all of them are in the process of raising more capital, obviously with our backing and hopefully with the backing of other investors from all over the world. I wanted to take this opportunity also to thank our speakers during these last 6 months. We had amazing keynotes from incredible VCs and founders and corporate leaders. We had talks by partners. You know, it's very important that companies know how to react and how to approach different types of partners on the legal side, on the accounting side, on the tech side, and on the recruiting side, and even on the Web Summit side. We had Patty Cosgrove here in our office a few months ago. And we also had partners on the pure tech side, right? So really very, very interesting. A lot of insights that the companies were able to gather with these talks, and also the ecosystem presentations, because we're growing together, making an ecosystem, you know, putting Portugal even higher on the European map. Europe itself is a powerhouse, of course, and going from strength to strength in terms of tech. And so we really want to thank all the speakers that we had during the program, particularly the founders that gave their time and came here to share their views and how was their journey, so that they could inspire our younger founders. So I want to just now take the opportunity also to, again, thank the startups in the program. Thank you so much for the speakers and partners and all of you that are here today. Again, thank you to the team at Indico that has put this together and has been sort of in this ride together with me. And in particular, I want to thank the investors that have supported us in both funds. You know, we have dozens and dozens of investors from all over the world, some of them institutional, many of them individual, and it's your capital that is being deployed into these companies. We're doing the best that we can, and I think you'll be very, very pleased to see. Lastly, I want to take this opportunity to thank Google and introduce Agnieszka Gianiek, who is the Global Director for Google for Startups. She will give us a few words, and I'll be right back. Thank you.
Thank you, Stefan. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Indico Demo Day. I'm privileged to open this special event on behalf of Google for Startups. Everything we do is connected to our core mission to level the playing field so that startups and their communities can succeed all around the world. And we do this by connecting startups with our products, with Google local and international mentors, and of course, our global best practices, but also by enabling networking possibilities to help startups thrive. Because if startups grow, our communities and our economies also grow. Last year was difficult for everyone, but we have been seeing Portugal startups leading as an example to economic recovery, and I'm very happy that GFS is part of this connecting dot. If 2020 has shown us one thing, it's that communities are resilient and flexible, even in the face of unprecedented global challenges. We saw startups around the world continue to adapt, grow, and support each other all year. When we look at Portugal specifically, we see an inspiring and cooperative country to start, a promising hub of innovation of Southern Europe, a vibrant ecosystem of startups, and a growing talent pool of engineers, both local and international. And as Google for Startups, we recently launched a few initiatives here, seeing the potential of this ecosystem to produce scale-ups that can solve for current global challenges, and also startup scale-ups that can create new jobs. Portugal is one of the fastest growing countries in terms of number of programmers in Europe. According to the Startup Europe Partnership Report, Portugal's startup ecosystem is now growing twice as fast as the European average, with over 150 incubators and accelerators based in the country. Portugal was also classified by the European Innovation Scoreboard 2020 the 12th most innovative country in the European Union. Also, the largest European technological conference happens here, which shows that the country is focused on innovation and tech development, as well as it's open to global know-how and it wants to contribute to redefine the global tech industry. Finding solutions to problems that arise is essential for any country, especially in difficult times like the coronavirus pandemic. And Portugal plays already a huge role here, being classified by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the country with the most innovative projects to fight COVID-19. We are very proud of partnering with Indico Capital Partners on this unique accelerator program in Portugal that brings together the experienced and successful entrepreneurs like Cristina Fonseca that you will hear later today, and also the great mentors and network of Google for Startups. This has allowed us to put together the set of amazing startups and founders that we believe have a great potential to become the next global tech companies coming from Portugal. So let me warmly welcome all the founders who will present their startups today. I wish you all great pitches and meaningful moments of connection. Please use this time to talk about your business and also ways of collaboration and expansion. We are in times of huge uncertainty, which demands great drive from the entrepreneurs and even greater ability to cope with rapid change. I believe we all adapted well to the new normal, and I'm strongly convinced you can do this. So, obrigado e boa sorte.
Obrigado, Agni. Thank you so much for your kind words and for your support once again. And right next, we're going to have Cristina, my partner, leading an incredible set of investors. We had no other names, so we said incredible investors panel and amazing investors. But they are really amazing investors. We're very fortunate to work with all these investors that are present here today. And so right after the little break, you'll see Cristina and our friendly investors. Thank you.